Hello, everyone. My name is Jack Forverly, and today I'm going to be talking about the ethical flaws in China's healthcare system for my op ed. And specifically, I will be focusing on the critical issues of corruption and patient rights violations and how these reflect to inherent problems in the healthcare model influenced by overall communist ideologies. My main thesis is the various ethical problems that China's healthcare system presents can be seen from corruption and patients' rights that demonstrate communist healthcare through a violation of many moral implications. These problems in the healthcare system within China ultimately present the flaws used in a communistic healthcare model, ultimately demonstrating such a system is fundamentally problematic. All right. The corruption in China's healthcare system. One of the most significant ethical issues within China's healthcare system is corruption. And corruption manifests in many forms, such as bribery, favoritism, and embezzlement. This corruption undermines fair and equitable access to healthcare, creating a system where only those who can afford to pay bribes receive quality care while others are left behind. This deeply unethical practice exacerbates inequality and leaves many without necessary medical care that they need. All right, and looking into like kind of the historical context, to understand like a lot of these ethical issues, we need to kind of look back at the history of China's healthcare system. So in 1949, the Chinese Communistic Party, the CCP, established a system aimed at providing free healthcare to everyone. However, though, in the 1980s, this model shifted due to policy changes, and it led to the loss of free healthcare for many citizens. Despite these changes, the ethical issues, particularly around access to healthcare and patients' rights, have ultimately persisted. And some more of the ethical problems of corruption, and just the overall ethical problems of corruption. Corruption with China's healthcare system raises several ethical concerns. It leads to unethical medical practices where healthcare providers may prioritize their own personal gain over a patient's welfare. This erosion of trust between patients and medical professionals is a very huge, significant issue. And as it does kind of change individuals from seeking medical care out of fear and exploitation or mistreatment. So people would rather just like kind of try to have their own like basically healthcare things and try to treat themselves with their own like things that aren't actual medical care. And for the violation of patients' rights, which is another huge critical ethical issue in China's healthcare system, is the ultimate violation of patients' rights. But patients often face a lack of information consent or informed consent where they are not given complete or inaccurate information about their treatment options. This can directly undermine their autonomy, their rights to make informed decisions about their own health. Additionally, patients' privacy is often breached with medical records being shared without their knowledge or their consent. And these practices go against the core ethical principles of basically autonomy and non malfeasance and justice, and ultimately. All right, the impact on rural populations. The impact of these ethical problems, in particular, like severe rural areas in these regions, patients often cannot afford to pay like the actual bribes to even get healthcare or even get the actual healthcare, and which leads to a significant disparity between urban and rural healthcare outcomes. This inequality raises serious ethical concerns about fairness and justice within the healthcare system. as those in rural areas face higher disease burdens and ultimately bigger mental challenges due to inequality with medical care. All right, so this is an argument in favor of China's healthcare system. Some may argue that despite these ethical issues, China's healthcare system has ultimately improved overall access to medical care over the years, and it has particularly improved in rural areas. While it is true that healthcare access has increased, this does not negate the overall ethical problems that still persist and the widespread corruption and violations of patients' rights that are still obviously a thing. And it shows the overall inherent flaws within the communist healthcare model, and it raises some concerns, some ethical concerns about the quality of the care provided to these people. For my overview, I would say that, in conclusion, the corruption within China's healthcare system, along with the violation of patients' rights, ultimately highlights the significant ethical flaws within the communist healthcare model. These issues lead to unequal access to healthcare and erode trust within the system and the people, and violate our own basic bioethical principles that should ultimately govern every medical place in the entire world. While improvements have been made in some areas, the fundamental ethical problems still do remain, making it clear that a healthcare system must prioritize patients' welfare and autonomy to ultimately truly be effective and have a good healthcare system.